All you care about is money. This town deserves a better class of criminal. And I'm gonna give it to them. Tell your men they work for me now. This is my city.
They won't work for a freak.
Let's just go back some time. A few months ago, Musk sent a dramatic email to all employees for his vision for Twitter 2.0. Everything had to be hardcore, and everyone had to work at least twice as hard, but with no salary increase, of course. Those who wanted to stay had to click yes, and those who didn't could leave, but would receive a severance package. Hundreds of the remaining employees out of the nearly 2,900 declined. And a significant portion of those who accepted did so not willingly, but because they would otherwise lose their work visas in the USA. On Friday, Musk tweeted that the new Twitter policy was freedom of speech, but not freedom of reach, explaining how shadow banning works, which was already used on Twitter before the takeover, and was considered evil and worthy of abolition by him and his supporters. Well, the next day, Musk conducted a poll on whether former US President Trump should regain his Twitter account. With 15 million votes cast, the result was 51.8% in favor. 2 days later, Musk reactivated Trump's account, but it turns out Trump didn't even want to use it. He now has his own much cooler Twitter. Shortly thereafter, another problem arose due to the mass exodus of employees. They couldn't keep up with content moderation anymore. People were uploading the new Fast and the Furious film, current World Cup games, and other copyrighted material in full length. Apparently, Twitter's content ID system wasn't working properly, and the remaining employees were forced to moderate everything manually. On the 23rd, it became clear that Musk didn't want to pay about $200,000 in flight costs his companies had incurred in the months before the takeover. He had also reportedly ordered payments to suppliers and other contract service providers to slow down or even stop altogether. Okay, now let's play a little game. If you were looking to find and eliminate harmful and disgusting content on the platform, as previously announced as a big initiative, how would you do it? A. By asking the accounts with the most followers on the entire platform to post links to said illegal content right under this tweet. B. In any other way, just not like that. You chose B. Congratulations, you're officially smarter than the richest person in the world. What could possibly go wrong? While that happened, Elon Musk sued the Anti-Defamation League for $22 billion for trying to kill X by falsely accusing it and me of being anti-Semitic. The following Monday, Musk made the discovery that Apple takes a previously undisclosed 30% share of all app and in-app purchases made through their store. This information is as old as the App Store itself, as Steve Jobs explicitly mentioned this 30% on the App Store's launch. But it raises the question of whether Musk had even factored in this 30% into the pricing that he casually negotiated with Stephen King on Twitter in October. You'd think he would, given his reputation as a business genius, right? Well, those 30% were apparently not factored in. Twitter Blue is being further delayed until Elon figures out how to bypass the 30% that Apple takes from in-app subscriptions. So, now it gets really interesting. Musk gives selected journalists access to internal Twitter data and orchestrates a series of leaks with them, which are now known as the Twitter files and will be published over the next few weeks. However, you can't really dig through the data yourself. The claim is that Twitter suppressed the New York Post story about the laptop of the disastrous son of US President Biden at the Democrats' behest and did them other favors for the upcoming election. But there's no evidence for this. Yes, the story was temporarily suppressed, as Twitter had previously admitted. It was apparently Twitter's own idea because they were afraid it could be election interference by other countries. The former decision-makers quickly reversed it and called it a mistake. Even Democratic members of Congress wrote to Twitter at the time, asking them to release the story because suppressing it made it seem more significant than it actually was. It was such a bubble that even conservatives and right-wing individuals, who should have benefited from these alleged revelations, were disappointed by the Twitter files in the end. In the end, the data showed that Twitter received content from politicians, the FBI, and other organizations for review and then decided which ones to act against. That's quite normal, to be honest. Meanwhile, Musk is making significant changes. He equips the now vacant office space, thanks to the roughly 2/3 of the fired workforce, with beds so that his people never have to go home again. How did they solve the 30% issue? Well, it now costs $11 instead of $8. Do they even understand how percentages work? The next day, it becomes clear that Musk hasn't paid rent for the company's headquarters in San Francisco for weeks. And insiders say he has even considered what might happen if he simply doesn't pay the severance to the thousands of fired employees. And he threatens his remaining employees with lawsuits if they speak to journalists. And then there's this account called Elon Jet, which has been posting the public flight data of Elon's private jet for a while to show how much Musk is actually traveling. Out of nowhere, this account gets banned. Just over a week ago, Musk tweeted that his commitment to free speech was so great that he wouldn't even ban the account posting his private jet travels. Following that, a context box appears under Musk's tweets, saying that the account being talked about is currently suspended. All this back and forth naturally leads to journalists reporting on Twitter as well. Some of them, including those who simply post screenshots of Musk's statements in contrast to the context boxes, or claim that Musk doesn't take free speech seriously, are promptly banned. However, these banned journalists can still participate in Twitter Spaces due to a bug, even though they are no longer allowed to tweet. So they hold a joint space, including Elon Jet himself, and discuss what happened. Shortly afterward, the real Elon appears in this space, tries to justify himself, panics, leaves the space unannounced, and immediately deactivates the entire feature, citing the need for maintenance. In the days that follow, the third largest shareholder of Tesla calls on Musk to resign as CEO of Tesla because he spends all his time on Twitter, leaving the automaker technically without a CEO at the moment. 2 days later, Musk does something similar. He conducts a poll on whether he should resign as CEO of Twitter. The result, 57.5% in favor, with over 17 million votes. After that, Musk went radio silent on Twitter for the past few days. That's the story so far, but I have a feeling it's far from over.
It's not about money. It's about sending a message.